Hey guys, welcome to Mitch's Music. Today we are going to learn She Talks to Angels by Black Crowes. And this is the intro is a little tricky, but the rest of the song is not so bad. And that's mainly because it's in an open E tuning. So one of the hardest parts about this song is just getting your guitar tuned. If you have a tuner, it's really easy to do. If you just follow your tuner, I'm going to give you the notes that you need to use. You would need a chromatic tuner, one that can basically do any note that you want, because if you just have a tuner that will only tune the standard tuning for a guitar, that's not going to work. So you'll need to have a chromatic tuner. But if you don't have a tuner or you don't have a chromatic tuner, my guitar is not tuned yet, so I'm going to show you how to do it by ear with just your guitar strings as they are. Alright, so let's get started with this one. And the first thing we're going to do is we've got to make our guitar sound like an E major chord. And an E major chord sounds like this. Alright, so the notes of an E major chord are B, E, and G sharp. And those are the ones that we're going to have to change. We're going to have to change these three inner strings. So we're going to start with our A string. So to get my B that I'm going to tune the A string to, I'm going to go to the 7th fret of the low E string, and I'm just going to play them together. And we need to tune it up. And when you're tuning them, what you're listening for is when you have dissonance, when you get close, the waves you'll hear them start to, it gets really wavy, like it's this really wavy sound. And the closer you get to being on the right note, those waves start to go away. So that's kind of what I'm listening for. So we're pretty close right there. Maybe not perfect, but pretty close. So now that we have tuned our A up, we're going to use that string to tune our next string. So since we've tuned it up, we're going to need to go to the 5th fret to get our next note, which would be an E. And that's pretty good right there. So now we've got an E, and then for the next one we only need to go up a half step. So we're going to go to the 4th fret for our G sharp. Alright, so now we should have an E major chord just by strumming the guitar. Alright, so pause the video right now if your guitar is not quite tuned yet, and if you have a tuner, let me go over those notes one more time. So our A string is tuned to a B, our D string is tuned to an E, and our G string is tuned to a G sharp, or your tuner might call it an A flat. Mine does. So a G sharp or A flat. So do that and then join back up with me and I'll show you how to play that intro riff. Alright guys, so we are going to start at the beginning of the intro riff, and we're going to learn that very first part. We start on the 4th fret of the B string, and we're going to do a hammer on to the 5th fret and then play the high E string. So it goes like this. Then we're going to go from the 4th fret of the B string to the 2nd fret of the B string. We're going to slide down, and then we're going to play the B string open. Then open. So all together for that first part. Alright, and then after we get done with all of that, we're just going to play the high E string one more time. So. Alright, then we're going to do a hammer on to the first fret of the G string, now a G sharp, and then we'll play the B and E. So once again, that's a hammer onto the first fret and then B and E. Then play the first fret again. Then pull off. Then play all of the strings. So that last part, so play the first fret, pull off, D string, all the strings. So follow along with the tab at the bottom. I'm going to play it really slow. Then you do that again. Then the strumming part comes next. So down, up, down. All right, so one of the tricks to this one, because for the longest time I thought that it went like this. Because you really hear this note moving more than this note. So for this part, we are putting our first finger on the G string, our second finger on the D string. So first fret on the G, second fret on the D, and we're just playing all the strings again. So down. Then when we lift it up, we're going to do an upstroke. Then back down with our fingers and a downstroke again. Then an upstroke again. And when we do that first part, just to make it sound exactly like the recording, he's catching more of these top strings right here. And then at the last part, he's catching more of the bottom strings. So work on that a little bit. It's really not super hard because we're just going down and then up. And like for a strumming song, this one is not super tricky. So after that, so you've got... Then we're going to do harmonics. So the harmonics are on the 12th fret, and you're just playing the top like four strings. Just whatever you can catch. And then the 7th fret. And then you do that part again with the strumming. Alright, next part goes, you're going to do a hammer on from the 2nd to the 4th and then play the G string. Then the 3rd fret and do a pull off. Then play the D string. Then 5th fret, pull off, and then play the D string again. Then 3rd fret and play the D string. G string. 2nd fret. So really slow. To the strumming. Alright, and then the last part is going to start on the 5th fret with the, you're going to start with the high E string, but you're kind of playing octaves here. And so you're going to go between the high E and the 5th fret. Then to the 4th fret, E string. Open B and E. 1st fret on the G, then the E again, then 2nd fret on the D, and then the E again. Then open. So 4, 2, open, G. And then you strum it one more time. And that's it, guys. Let's go through the whole thing before the end of the video. And there will be a play along at the end with a slow version and a fast version that you can play along with. So let's start at the very beginning. Ready? And... 3, 4... strumming part. 2, 3. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button, and if there is a song that you would like to learn, leave that in the comments below. Also, sign up for my free lessons where you can get some tabs, exclusive tabs from these videos, as well as some extras that will come along with the membership to my site. So all of this stuff is free, and we'll have some exclusive meetups where I'll give you private lessons, and in the next couple of weeks I'm going to start doing a live stream where I go over tips for beginners and parents teaching their children. So I'm going to go over a little bit of both. So a little bit of, if you are a parent and you have a child that's learning guitar, how you can work in your learning with what your child's learning and help them learn as well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Leave those comments below. I can't wait to see your requests.